Welcome everyone to this week's review of Powerless on Comic Chat with Gad. We are a YouTube channel devoted to all things comic books and popular culture, and we thought that this new NBC hit would, I say hit because I kind of liked it.
I liked it
But
too.
we thought this NBC experiment of comic books and the people who inhabit them and not necessarily the superheroes within them, I thought it'd be interesting. So we want to sit down, give our little reaction to it, and see what you guys think. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see more of our stuff. We've got some great stuff going on with Riverdale and the show proper, where we review comic books and talk about stuff and history.
So I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
So a few things. I want to try to relate this as much to comic books as possible because it's so deeply. The idea of the show is that they're regular people that are trying in Wayne security, which are trying to find ways to stop superhero attacks, hurt everybody all the time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a weird, fun response to, they even alluded to like the Metropolis disaster in Man of Steel. Even though this is a much more happy-go-lucky regular comic book world, this is definitely not the DCEU. It's its own thing. It's not related to the CW stuff. It's not related to the movie stuff. It's just comic book regular stuff.
But they have full range, unlike the CW show. They have full range to talk about anybody,
which is
the
the
comic
best
characters.
part. So like they can name drop Superman, Batman, Joker, anyone, like Shazam even at one point, which I thought was hysterical. I laughed out loud, but that's just me. Okay, so the first thing's Charm City. The things you're wondering, is Charm City a real place?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, totally new. Made it up for the show.
Okay.
Second thing, Jack-O-Lantern. Is that a real bad guy? No. He is in fact a hero from the Global Guardians. He's an Irish hero. There's two different ones. I don't remember both of their names, but the fact is that he's actually a hero Jack-O-Lantern that does shoot fireballs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they made him a villain here because why not?
Yeah.
Crimson Fox is an actual, like, more popular hero, but also from the Global Guardians. So it's interesting that it took
What
two
are the
characters.
Global Guardians?
They're like a global
Justice
Avenger
Society
kind
of America, but
globally lesser known characters. But I want to talk more about Crimson Fox because she's actually pretty interesting. So Crimson Fox is actually twins that faked one of their deaths so that they could live normal lives and switch back and forth. It kind of reminded me of what was that huge The Prestige, where the magic
spoilers.
Oh, come on. So I was kind of like, oh, it's Christian Bale's character in The Prestige, except they're superheroes. So they can like lead a normal double life. They have animal speed, agility, and hormone control, and according to this, super strength.
Hormone control?
No, pheromone, sorry.
Oh.
I don't know, I read that wrong. The P and an H. Pheromone, which is kind of a weird thing too, but I guess they can like attract people or attract things. But she also had super strength in this show because she grabbed a train.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I'll talk a little bit about the actual structure of the show while Taylor gets into the nitty-gritty on the comic book references. So this starts with what is her name? It's not Selena Gomez. It's
Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens. Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens from the
She'll pop to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from High School Musical. So Vanessa Hudgens, she's just moved to the city from a small town, and it's called a fly. I thought this was a fun joke, the flyover state.
Yeah,
where it
that
would
was
be
so
superheroes
funny.
flying over instead of traditional airplanes. And so she's always wanted to help someone. So she moved and started working for Wayne Security, and that was kind of the.
She's a manager, so she doesn't really know how to do the things. She's supposed to motivate people.
Yeah, she's supposed to motivate people. She's reading Bruce Wayne's book on motivation, which was fun. Wayne or. It was something. It was a funny pun. Yeah, it was a good pun. But anyways, so it starts off with the show before they get into the really cool intro. It starts off that she's on the train and her first day, and then if you notice, actually the subways are half cars because of the amount of times that everything breaks down or all the stuff breaks off. They're half cars because that's easier to repair than having to repair an entire subway line of cars. And so that's when the Jack-O-Lantern and the Crimson Fox are fighting each other, and she's freaking out, having a great time, and everyone on the train is just pissed. So yeah, that was really fun, and then they get saved, and then the really cool opening.
Oh my gosh, it might be one of my favorite opening credits.
Yeah,
ever.
Easily. Yeah.
So basically, it starts out with the Action Comics #1, which is I have right here. Actually, I'll show you guys. Action Comics #1, which is so it looks like just like this, except it zooms in to behind like Superman.
Yeah.
The bystanders that are watching this stuff happen. And then it goes to the next one, which is a Green Lantern comic, and it's the same thing. And then it goes to a Batman comic, and then a Flash comic, and then finally a Wonder Woman comic. But it was just such a clever idea. It's so bright and like fun
and fluid.
The way it was
really
just
cool.
beautifully like designed.
Yeah.
And it was just super neat to see that they did that. It was so clever. I was just like absolutely sold on that.
It makes sense of the show. The show is about it's not necessarily about the heroes, it's about the people that
in the
you don't even
background.
realize in the background.
that are in the background.
Yeah.
So good.
And
so
I like how they actually made the character. I didn't realize it until they got to...
They made them look like the characters.
Yeah, until they got to Funches, Ron Funches. So it was good.
Yeah, also another great thing about the show, the cast.
Yes.
Holy
Well,
crap.
let me just put this out there.
They're not utilizing them.
Danny
Pudi?
Pudi, yeah. Danny Pudi, when he was first introduced, I thought he was going to be Abed from Community.
I was kind of worried.
He had that kind of voice, and he was speaking very quickly and talking very, very smart, really. But then you kind of realize as the show goes on, he's not. He's the cool guy. He's not the
Which is
nerdy
great,
dude.
though. I'm kind of
glad.
glad.
No, he was great. I thought he was awesome. He was the cool guy, and he was the one who's very narcissistic about the whole situation. He was very opposite Abed.
And he also likes colors. I thought was really funny. Like
yeah,
a funny
he loves
thing.
colors.
He loves colors. Anyway, so next thing I liked is that, so she's in there, and basically they're kind of downtrodden because they keep trying things and no one wants to buy their stuff. And Alan Tudyk, who is amazing and everything, is Bruce Wayne's cousin who wants to be in Gotham and kind of is a shitty person. Kind of like how you would assume a Wayne would be.
If they weren't Bruce.
Yeah.
So they come from money, but didn't actually work for it.
Right.
That's what he's the privileged Wayne, while Bruce has had his parents murdered. So.
Yeah, but anyway, so the great thing, it starts out to kind of show what Wayne Security is. Adam West narrates the commercial, who's the original Batman from 1966, and it's about Joker Venom, which is great because that's such a common, the fact that they made an antidote to Joker Venom is so funny to me.
Is it called Joker Venom?
Yeah.
I always thought it was laughing gas.
No, I mean, it's just Joker Venom is basically the blanket term, but he makes people laugh. Is what
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, but he's it's a Joker Venom antidote, and so it's the guy laughing and sicks himself and he stops laughing, and you're like, man, that's so funny.
One thing I would say though, and I know it's not really connected to the DCU or the EU or any of that stuff, but it was 1980s Joker. The Joker that was on there, so it wasn't.
It was
like style Joker.
It was the classic,
it wasn't
drawn Joker on the little on the.
Well, what I'm glad it wasn't the Jared Leto Joker.
And the next thing they mentioned LexCorp just out of nowhere,
right on the back of
right in the back, and it's like the actual LexCorp logo from the comic books and stuff.
Yep.
And then at one point when she's trying to motivate them, and he's like, "Why don't you make something great?" Danny Pudi's character says, "Wait, let me summon a wizard." Shazam! Oops, no. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, the wizard Shazam, so good!" Very excited about that. So there was a point where Alan Tudyk says something when they're closing down. He's like, "Oh, they're not really needed anymore because we've got heroes fighting each other for vaguely defined reasons." And I was like, "Batman versus Superman."
There you go.
I was like, "That's what it was. BVS, not bus."
Oh.
And then Superman crashing through windows, right? Ron Funch's character makes kryptonite windows, and then she's like, "Well, what if Superman needs to get inside?" And he's like, "Oh, right, that doesn't matter." And he throws it. It was a funny gag, also. But the fact that kryptonite's not readily available is pretty scary for Superman.
Interesting, yeah.
Right?
But yeah, so the big thing that they needed to do this week was that what is the Wayne? What's his name? Alan Tudyk.
He's the cousin Wayne. I don't know.
We'll call him Cousin Wayne. We should be more prepared in that sense. But Cousin Wayne, he wants to go to Gotham so bad that he's decided to pretty much sink the company and he's adopted by Bruce to go into Gotham because no Wayne is left behind, essentially is what he was saying. And so he tells the entire company that they're going to be shutting down because they haven't thought of an actual invention besides the Joker gas. Version 2 is just a different color. And that's the big deal, and that's Danny Pudi's character really loves the fact that it's a different color.
Chartreuse to
Sangria.
Sangria.
So that was a big thing, and then so as they were shutting down, that's when Vanessa Hudgens she had her moment, and she was motivating the crew to be able to say, like, I wish that you were able to find somebody. Oh, it was that girl character whose name
the girl character keeps making a thing that makes it so whenever Vanessa Hudgens' character comes in the room, it beeps. It's like an alert for her, which is fun. It's a funny gag every time. But it was interesting to see that she's basically took that and the idea of smell because her dad's a florist to make a new product.
That was a stretch, but that's fine.
Yeah. And they're like, can you make it for smell? And so they basically make a jack-o'-lantern smell-o-meter. So if it's the main villain in your city, the fact that you would know ahead of time, and then it works, and so they sell it to Bruce Wayne because it works. And first, Alan Tudyk's like, why would I even tell him? And then she's like, well, I'll tell him. Then maybe I'll go to Gotham. And he's like, ooh. And so now you're gonna have this interesting. The dynamic of the characters is built up now, right? Yep. You've got the boss that wants it to fail, but has to continue doing good if it works because he has no choice. He's kind of but he hates her still.
Yep.
And then you've kind of got this girl who's kind of doing an okay job, but still an outsider.
And has no history on product development.
So she really can't do much except for motivate. So it's an interesting, I don't know what she's going to do. So that's basically the show, but I saw other really interesting comic references that I want to throw out there at the last second. So at the end, the bar they're at, when they finally make up, or the karaoke bar, at the very end, when they're getting drinks and they give her a bus pass.
Yes.
It's called Kane and Fingers, which is Bob Kane and Bill Finger, who are the creators of Batman.
Oh. That's fun.
That's fun. Also, on the news, when they announced that the Batman has apprehended the Joker due to a new smelling style like alert, and they're like, wow, Batman thought of that at the same time? That's crazy. And you're like, Batman, Bruce Wayne's like, fuck, I could use that for the Joker. Yes. Keep them coming.
Yep.
Which I think is funny because the Joker Venom also helps Batman too. So it's almost like make something that'll help Batman and you'll stay in. And anyway, and that was the newscaster's name was Marv Wolfman, who of course is the guy who created Bullseye, Daredevil, Black Cat.
Those are Marvel characters.
I know, it doesn't matter. The Teen Titans we know today.
Okay.
As well as he and George Perez wrote Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is like the thing that made the DC universe kind of what it is today, because without that there were all these different universes and they condensed it into one, so it was more readable. And then they made more universes again, but that wasn't until Final Crisis in 2007. Sorry, I know about comic books, you guys. That's proof. Right. But Marv Wolfman, he's huge in the comic book world, and so just cool references.
Okay. So as an actual comedy show, I thought it was funny. I thought there were some good gags. I think the main part of the gags were because the comic references. Like it wasn't as a comedy. It wasn't the greatest thing. There weren't a lot of jokes, which is okay with me.
I don't know.
The pacing was fine.
The thing is, I'm wondering if this plays with the Big Bang Theory audience or not. Right, that's
kind
true.
Of true. Yeah,
it plays with the Community audience maybe a little bit better.
A little bit,
because they're probably the ones who know these comic book references. It plays with a comic book audience.
Yeah,
but does that
bring
as
in
a
the
sitcom?
Views? Yeah.
Does it bring in the views that would be needed, like a Big Bang Theory? Even though Big Bang Theory is kind of. It's not my favorite nerdy show.
Well, also, are they going to every week? Are they going to have a new villain that they make a new product to then defeat?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Is
what else are they going to do?
I'm curious. They went through a lot of reshoots when the show was happening. Originally, it was going to be very Office style, and now it's not.
That would have been kind of fun.
So yeah,
I didn't like how they were including music all the time. I think it would have been kind of nicer if it was. Well, it's very superhero themed music, but I think it would have been kind of nicer with the Office style. It would have made the humor more dry. It was very dry humor, but with music,
and I hope they developed the characters
really
more.
Well.
They all they didn't seem distinct enough.
No, yeah.
But I would like
especially the confusion of Danny Pudi's character. Like I thought he was going to be different than he was.
And he might have.
It's like he got a rewrite in the middle of the show.
That's the thing. And sometimes they had so many cuts that those could be different setups for different endings of different jokes. Like we don't know. So I hope that this was maybe just like a pilot that was supposed to be pretty generalized, and they're going to find their footing. Most shows do. Community didn't start out the way it was by season 2. Like the characters were almost completely different.
Yeah.
So I hope that they find their footing because I like this show a lot.
Yeah, I like it too.
I like to watch it weekly.
Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you think, how you like the show, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Hit subscribe so you can see more of our takes on these videos or on these episodes. But other than that, we have been Comic Chat with Gat, Powerless Edition, Episode 1. Pilot? I don't know. So we are a YouTube channel devoted to all things comic books and popular culture, where if you haven't been able to figure it out, I'm kind of the grounded dude. Taylor knows everything about the comic books. I'm just here to talk and fill time. But subscribe, share, like, comment, do all that kind of fun stuff, and we hope to see you again soon. And let us know if you like this, if you had any shows that you're watching that you recommend for us. We're big fans of Flash and Arrow and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, hope you guys had a great time, and we hope to see more Powerless. Like, let's see maybe a full season order and see what they can do with maybe 24 episodes, because that's when NBC does, and they don't just kind of cancel it too early. But other than that, bye guys.
Bye.